What's up, baby? UFC Fight Night Vegas 120 just wrapped up. Quillen Salkill versus Mateus Gamrot. If you took a look at the fine print on the thumbnail, you know that we did pretty good on predictions. There were some last minute fights added when I made my last video, but this was a good night for people who just like to watch on Saturday night. Not a lot of name value on the card, but real good fights and coming from a lot of unexpected places. We'll go from the top down, talking about the main event. We went down big Quilly style. Quillen Salkill gets it done in round one versus Mateusz Gamrot. Gets it with a sub. Just kind of like we predicted, but way more dominantly. I didn't think he'd get it that fast. I thought there would be more uh, competitive grappling exchanges. We know that that's the game plan of Mateusz Gamrot, but it was Salkill that was bringing the grappling and the takedowns to Mateusz. He was able to clip him on the feet. He was able to scramble on the ground, get him down, hit him with some ground and pound, and then he got him with the choke. That's going to put Cool and Salkill up into contention now. I don't know who you put him up against. Maybe Benoit Saint Denis, but maybe you want to put him against someone who's coming off a win. I don't have the lightweight, I don't have the lightweight rankings in front of me. But great win from Quillen Salkill, doing big things, making a name for himself. The CEO is moving up the ladder. Next fight of the night was Billy Quarantillo and Diego Ferreira. Diego Ferreira is 42 years old. We picked him, and we picked him because Billy Quarantillo is a bag. Billy Quarantillo has no striking defense at all, which is good that he has good durability. Because it seems like he was away from the controller for most of the fight. His corner was yelling for what he should do. They were giving him directions. They'd have to yell 10 times. By the time he turned his head to act like he heard them, they were already trying to tell him something else. Diego Ferreira had the power. He was able to keep keep Billy Ray off of him, whether he was on the fence or in the center of the cage. He landed the more significant shots. I think both of these guys should retire. Diego Ferreira did look good, but you don't want to stay too long. He's 42, coming off a win. It's nice. Take the money if you need it, but I'd say you had a good run. Billy Quarantillo, I also think he should retire because that's a guy who's never going to get better. Moving up to lightweight wasn't the move. It just seemed to make his brain slower. So, great job to Diego Ferreira. We go to the featured fight of the night. Speaking of the brain moving slower, we have Darren Elkins getting KO'd in 35 seconds against Yadier Del Val. Darren Elkins, also fucking 42 years old or something like that. It says the damage on his chest, but you can see it in the way he talks. You can hear it in the way he talks, see it in the way he moves, the way his eyes move around the room. Man, moving faster and easier than I thought it was going to be. I got to be honest. I still gave Darren Elkins a little bit more credit with my prediction going into that fight, but that wasn't. Uh, no one should have let him in there. I almost thought it was disrespectful that they gave him the mic because he was trying harder to find the words on the mic than he was able to put in the fight. So, all that said, congratulations to the damage for a great career. Sad loss for you, Yadier Del Val. Still don't know if he's a fraud. One rigged fight where he won, one fight where he gets dominated by Jordan Levitt, and another fight where he takes out a guy who uh, should have been medically cleared to fight tonight. So, great job to Yadier Del Valle, though. Uh, I don't know where you put him next. I still don't know if he's for real or not. So that's for someone else who likes to do that to decide. Next fight of the night, we had Amanda Lemos and Alexia Tainara. Alexia Tainara gets it done by decision. Amanda Lemos had some moments on the feet. I'd say you could probably even give it round two, to be honest. But Alexia Tainara with the athleticism, with the ass, with the grappling, with the takedowns, It was just too much for Amanda Lemos at 39. And once Amanda Lemos' back touched anything, Alexia Tainara was in control of the fight. Alexia Tainara gets it done. Uh, Next fight on the main card was Ty Miller versus Billy Ray Goff. This is one where I picked Ty Miller, but I wasn't super confident because I didn't get to watch a lot of Billy Ray Goff. I only got to watch some of the fights where he'd lose. I couldn't find any of the fights where he won. And I will maybe never know anything about Billy Ray Goff because Ty Miller turns out he's really good and just put absolute belt to ass on Billy Ray Goff. Uh, he had he had the volume, he had the striking, he had the power, he had the speed, he had the movement, and Ty Miller just puts it on him. Big guy for the division, but well, I can't say that. Welterweight's a division of mutants. There's a lot of big guys there. I don't need to go rattle through them. We don't need to daydream about big guys here. That's for another video. Maybe I'll make a Patreon for that. But Ty Miller knocks out Billy Ray Goff. I was shocked it didn't happen in round two. It happened immediately in round three, though. Best of luck to Billy Ray Goff in his endeavors. He's a Chad. Maybe he could get some modeling done. It'd probably be good. He should probably retire before he loses that asset. So, great job to Ty Miller. Then we go to the prelims. Top of the prelims, we had Steven Asplund versus Guilherme Pat. You might have noticed from the thumbnail in the fine print that we went 11 and 12. You know that there were two fights. One fight that was switched around, one fight that was added from the picks video last week. And this is one I actually flipped on. I ended up going with Steven Asplund. You can check the Tapology account if you want, his Fight Nugget. You'll be able to see all my final picks there. Make sure you like and subscribe here to get my picks early and interact with me, communicate, and we can probably work out what the final picks should be together. But we did pretty hot on this card, if you can tell by the thumbnail. Steven Asplund, he comes in, he's flopping around, he's got the Kevlar titties, and the secret juices I thought were flowing through that Brazilian bodybuilder, Guilherme Pat. You couldn't really see it till the second round. Steven Asplund, it was pretty competitive, and still Steven Asplund put the blubber on him in round one, which I didn't think he was going to do as much. But I wasn't too surprised since he has been training with the GOAT, Thomas Train Peterson. But with his size, he's able to wear down on the cardio. Now, round two, Guilherme Pat, the juices kind of start to flow. He's moving around on his feet. He remembers that he was never 525 pounds and realizes the benefit of that. He starts using the speed. He's touching Asplund up in the striking. I'd say during the almost all of the on the foot exchanges, he's winning. But Steven Asplund, he stays in there, comes back in round three. It's mostly smudging, but some of it is Guilherme Pat's fault. For whatever reason, instead of remembering that he's way faster, and I know he got tired, and I know part of that is the strategy of, putting an extra 30 pounds on a guy with the blubber that you got. I don't know what Asplund rehydrates to, but no, this is all said with all due respect. Steven Asplund is awesome. I love him. I don't think he's that good still. But I do think this is a good win. I don't think Guilherme Pat's nothing. Just like I don't think Thomas Peterson is nothing. But I do think he needs to work on the footwork with more circling from the cage and not a lot of clinch initiation from Guilherme Pat. He probably would have had a lot more success in this fight. Vitor Petrino was able to just circle around Steven Asplund and get it done there. So I'd like to see Steven Asplund work on that, but good fight. I don't know who you give Steven Asplund next. I don't know if you put him in the rankings. Give him a ranked opponent. We'll see. But there's some characters at heavyweight. I think it's not a division that's so easy to talk shit about anymore. Plus, who doesn't love a couple of fat guys running into each other, touching each other up? right? So, great job to Stephen Asplin. Moving on to what I think is the next fight of the night. I think I'm probably going to forget one because I don't have the card in front of me. This is just all off the dome. I think it was Dr. Nurgachev versus Bruno Lopez. Dr. Nurgachev looked like he was a real contender in there on the feet. Now, Bruno Lopez was still able to get him down, but Bruno Lopez it shouldn't have been in there. It was a bag. It was a bag. And Dr. Nurgachev, Nurgachev, Nurgachev got it done pretty quick, knockout. It's what we thought, but it wasn't one I was super confident in. But that was like looked like you'd be a fool to pick anything else. What was the next fight of the night? Huh? What was the next fight of the night? It was Louie Sutherland, wasn't it? It was Louie Sutherland against Jose Montana, the underdog, the Brazilian bodybuilder with the juices flowing, with the first round submissions, the underdog against Louie Sutherland, the favorite, the jiggle man, the teapot, the man who likes to lay down on the only guy that might be bigger than him and just stay there and kiss, which is a beautiful thing. And I want that. I wanted to move on and be able to do that more, maybe in another promotion, because why would you pick Louie Sutherland? Louie Sutherland is terrible, and he showed it in this fight. He jiggled, he stumbled, he tried to wrestle, and he put himself right into a submission. You could have never watched anything about this guy, and you could have seen that he got 3 first round submissions. Excuse me, in his last 3 fights. So I don't know if Louie Sutherland even has a corner, but whoever put that together, you could see it at the face-off too. When Jose Montana put his fist up against Louie Sutherland's face just for the face-off, it seemed like it scared the shit out of Louie Sutherland. He's like, "Don't." So, you know, happy birthday to Jose Montana. Next fight of the night, I think, was Manuel Sosa versus Richie Miranda. This I thought was going to be a knockout for sure. Manuel Sosa coming in. Look, I mean, he's powerful. And you can see that. You can tell through the fight. Now, he gave up. He does what I said he was going to do. He's not a round winner. He's a fight winner. And Richie Miranda, like I said, is great at finding moments to exploit and turn into finishes. He wasn't really able to do that in this fight, but anytime that he saw sort of relaxation or a moment of hesitation from Manuel Sosa, he was able to get away from the power, hit something on the exchange, on the move out, try to land some submission attempts, but Manuel Sosa stayed really composed on the ground. That's just that Brazilian jiu-jitsu that Brazilians just know. They just know, and he uses it the best way to just get up. Good fight. I'm still really high on Manuel Sosa. Surprised he didn't get the finish in this fight. I thought he was going to get it in round 2. But good fight nonetheless. Congratulations to Manuel Sosa. I'd like to see him move up to the division fast because I do like to see. I want to see that power tested. I want to see his strategy of carrying it for 3 rounds. Because I think he knows how to pace himself a lot better than people give him credit for. And that's just great tactics on his part. Moving up the card, or down the card, I guess would be more correct, I think was Miles Johns versus Gianni Vasquez, who came in last minute. I picked Miles Johns versus Jesse Rosas. When I found out that Gianni Vasquez was coming in, I thought this was a lock. Because Gianni Vasquez was coming in last minute. He had a fight in about 2 weeks at flyweight, so he's coming up 2 weight classes on short notice against full camp moving up Miles Johns. And it was a good fight though. Gianni Vasquez looked bigger than I thought he was going to, and he was able to knock down Miles Johns. Sorry, I'm knocking shit everywhere. Holy shit. He was able to knock down Miles Johns. For a second, it looked like he was going to get him out of the fight, but Miles Johns, he got up, he put big man things on him, got him out of there. Gianni Vasquez, not that small. We'll see how he looks at flyweight because he didn't look that small at featherweight. So if he doesn't get turn into jerky going down 20 pounds, then he's someone I'd like to see. But Miles John gets it done. Next two fights, I think these are the last two fights. I might have missed one, but just know I got it right because it's one of these two fights I got wrong, and I don't even feel bad about it. It was the last minute. We'll go to the Juliana Miller Havana Oliveira fight. Juliana Miller gets it done by submission, like we said in the last video. Havana Oliveira seems like she doesn't know where she is at different points in the fight, and that seems to be any time her back is touching something. And she really didn't outperform on the feet either. Havana Oliveira is likely going to be cut with this loss. I think that makes her 0-3 or maybe 0-4 in the UFC now, which is a real shame because I just really grew an appreciation for her at the weigh-ins. I'm going to miss Havana Oliveira weigh-in. Maybe give her another chance. But Juliana Miller gets it done, finishing round 2 by submission. The goofy Pinocchio marionette string striking didn't hold her back. Actually performed a little bit better than my sweet lost love, Havana Oliveira. And in the opener of the card, the last minute addition to the card, the Gigi Canuto versus Carla Foro, I think is the name, fight. I did this purely on the weigh-ins. I did a quick scan of both girls' resumes. They both look good. I just did an eye check, and I went with Gigi Canuto. This is the one fight I got wrong on the entire card. But this was, I would say, fight of the night. I wasn't familiar with either of their games. First round, it was a scrap. Both girls came to throw down. Gigi Canuto, the grappler, stayed on the feet and held her own, and she was able to give Carla Foro a hematoma with her hands. But she was outdone. Clearly, the advantage was to Carla Foro on the feet. Way more dangerous. And she puts it on her. I think tide's turning. But I don't count Gigi out once I see Carla in the corner and how she's looking. And I'm thinking, let's just get the grappling going. And boy, when she got the grappling going in round 2, it looked like it was going to be a completely different fight. Everything that she was able to do to Carla Foro was so dominant. Once she got her to the ground, I don't know how many submission attempts she put on her. And there was the scary, I think it was the second round anyway, the armbar. I'm pretty sure it was the second round. Now, before the fight, one thing that I had heard, and I think it was from the AJ's MMA expert stream, so go check that out, was that in her last fight, one that she lost, she would have, I think she broke the girl's arm in an armbar, and the girl didn't tap and was able to win, I think, by decision. Kind of a la Ludovic Klein versus Mateusz Rabecki, except Gigi did break the arm. And I thought she was going to be out, but Carla Foro, all Brazilians know jiu-jitsu. I'm telling you. She was able to get out of that. It was so, I thought for sure her arm was going to break. I don't know if it was just because of what I heard before, but she's able to stand up, get out of that, and then she's able to put the beats on her and close out round 3 in fashion. I don't think there was a loser of this fight, to be honest with you. It took a long time. And this is I think I said earlier, this is another point where the fucking broadcast fucked up. You know, the Ty Miller fight. I think the fucking I don't care. I think during the Billy Quarantillo Diego Ferreira fight as well. But this, I would say, is fight of the night. This is the thing I wanted to talk about the most, to be honest with you. And I should have put it at the beginning of the video to pay it its respect. But Gigi Canuto, Carlaforo, these are both great fighters in their division, which I think is bantamweight. I think they're at bantamweight, maybe strawweight. I don't remember, but I'm a big fan of these two now. New fan. We went 11-2, or no, we went 11-1. Excuse me, 11-1. I didn't bet on it. I feel like an idiot, but we went 11-1. The channel's going strong. We'll see you in the next video.